Hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in today. So today I'll just be sharing a few tips with us on how to ease your travel with a baby. Yeah, so if you're traveling with a baby, you're traveling with a toddler, then this video is for you. You definitely need to keep watching. Yeah, so number one tip is, if you're traveling by air, get yourself a convenient ticket. Yeah, a convenient ticket such that you will fit into the time where maybe the baby is close to sleeping, for example, and then the baby will just sleep all through. That's cool, right? So yeah, you want to plan your ticket in such a way that it's going to be suitable for you and your baby. You want comfort all through that flight, so ensure that you work with getting yourself a convenient ticket. Very important. If it's going to be a long trip, ensure that you also get yourself a ticket that won't give you too long a layover. Yeah, very important. My last trip, I had a really long layover and it wasn't really pleasant. I'm sure I've mentioned it in one of my videos briefly, but it was so long and it got really tiring, and you don't want that. So ensure that you get yourself a really convenient ticket that won't have a too long a layover, it won't have a too short layover, and it will be a convenient time for your baby. Mostly night flights, our children will mostly sleep almost all through the flights. Some babies will be cranky, but mostly it's one of the best times to fly if you have a baby. That's number one. And number two, when you're packing your bags, ensure that you carry a bag specially for your baby, a carry-on luggage. Apart from the check-in bags for the baby, ensure that you have a carry-on for your baby. Very important. And in this bag, you want to have change of clothes, lots of them. You want to have diapers, you want to have cardigan, socks, gloves, caps, in this bag. Very, very important. The reason is because children can soil their clothes at any time, and they need change of clothes as often as possible. You also have to dress them according to the weather. So ensure that you have these clothes so that they will not go and handicap, what I'm saying now. So when I was traveling the last time, and it got really cold on air, and I felt really bad because I didn't prepare as much as I should for that kind of weather, because I traveled in summer, so I was feeling like it's going to be hot, and it got really cold. The blanket they even gave us couldn't help at all. So these are the things you want to prepare for, whether you are traveling in summer or in winter, short or long trip. Over prepare. It is better for you to over prepare than for you to now get there and be feeling like a bad mother. You didn't do enough and be feeling sorry for your baby. It's not right. They can't catch us unprepared possible, so you have to prepare for it. Have lots of clothes, lots of diapers, and clothes that can fit any kind of weather. Very important. Okay, another thing, if you're planning to wean your child, say next month for example, and you're also traveling next month, ensure that weaning comes after your travel. That's my suggestion. I'm not imposing it on you, I'm just suggesting. Okay, so yeah, ensure that you postpone your weaning till after your trip. The reason is because that breast, it will be useful. To be useful, some children, by the time, as soon as they get on board like this, they start crying. Like, there are children that will not stop crying until they get down. So you have to prepare for this. But if you are still breastfeeding this child, you have something to pacify the baby. I'm not saying over breastfeed your child. I'm saying that if your child is still breastfeeding and is near weaning stage, if you can postpone just a week or two or a month, yeah, you can do it. So try to postpone so that you can have something to pacify the baby on air or abroad. Okay, so very important. Another thing I want to talk about is, in that bag that you carry, that carry-on luggage, ensure that you have toys that they love. Toys, food, very, very important. All the food, all the snacks that they like, pack it. You can take like milk, you can take meat. I know that if you're traveling internationally, they may not want you to travel with all of those things, but once you tell them this is for my baby, that is a tip, they will let you go. So don't just take a bit. I'm not saying pack plenty or don't overdo. Do not overdo. But yeah, take some things for your baby, things that they love to eat. My child loves meat and he loves milk. So, I took a bit of everything when we were traveling, and nobody collected it. He was able to, chew on that, and he helped a lot while we were traveling. So yeah, you want to do that. Take their favorite snacks, take their favorite food, and take their favorite toys, so that you can have something to pacify them every point in time. See, some short trips can become very long for you if your child begins to act. Like if they start to perform, recently I went to a mall, and then my son was performing for them there. All of those kind of tantrums and all, and somebody was like, that was a performance right there. If you want them to perform for you, they will turn your short trip to a really long one. So no matter how short your trip is, and no matter how long it is, ensure that you prepare well for these kids. It is very, very important. Over prepare. Don't let them, like, nothing will meet you on like emergency level. You get? So that's it. So once that is done, another thing that you want to do is travel with your stroller, especially if you are going on a long trip. Ensure that you carry your stroller, because these babies, you just think that they don't weigh a lot, but by the time you start carrying them with your handbag and with maybe one of your small boxes, you will know that you have carried somebody. So ensure that you take your stroller with you. At least that one will take your stroller. In fact, you can even still put some of your bags on the stroller and push it together. It's going to save you a lot of stress. So if you are going on a short trip or a long trip, you can still need a stroller. It depends on how much stress you love. If you love stress, you may not want to go with one. But if you don't, try to carry on. It's going to be really helpful. I didn't travel with a stroller the last time I traveled, and it wasn't funny because I had to be backing my baby everywhere. And I know I mentioned it in one of the videos, but I didn't say it enough. I backed him, and the backing, I couldn't sleep because I'm backing somebody now. How will I sleep? So it was really hectic for me, and you don't want to try that. I don't want you to go through that. That is why I'm telling you, ensure that you get yourself a stroller and maybe a wrapper, so that if they refuse, sometimes they will refuse to stay on the stroller. If they refuse to stay on the stroller, you back them, but have options. Okay, very important. And also, whenever you get to the airport, especially for those traveling on a long trip, whenever you get to the airport, ensure that you find out if there's a baby lounge in that airport. Any airport that you enter, I don't know if it's everywhere, but for the one I had my layover when I was coming to Canada, they had a baby lounge, and it was a really fine place. Unfortunately, I couldn't enjoy the pleasure. I couldn't enjoy it. You know why? I didn't know. I didn't find out. And I found out just few minutes before my next flight. It was really painful. I had 9 long hours layover. Can you imagine? And all through that 9 hours, I didn't know there was a baby lounge. And in fact, few minutes to that flight, somebody was like, let's just go and check that baby lounge. They said there's baby lounge. Let's go and check it, so that it will pain us very well. When I got there, it was painful because there was a bed for me. Like, there was a place I could sleep. My baby could sleep. There's a playroom. There's TV. I wish I could turn back the end of time. But yeah, it was really painful. So whenever you get to an airport and you have a baby, any airport at all, ensure that you find out if there's a baby lounge. If there's none, fine. But if there is, enjoy. It is totally free. Enjoy yourself, okay? And that's where you can even get to relax. So if you have that long layover, it's not going to be. But I had a long layover, and I still was really exhausted because I had to be chasing my baby up and down. I didn't know that there was a place that could keep him busy, Yeah, that's that about that. Yeah, so there are so many other tips, but I'll stop here for now, and I may come back with another video. Let me know if you want it. Thanks for tuning in today, and make sure you subscribe. Subscribe, like, and share. Very, very important. You people have not been subscribing. What did I do? I've been begging you now 3 weeks. Please subscribe, okay? See you next time.